there has been times where we've been to a toy show, and I'll fully admit it, and obviously you've been there, Steph, where reason hasn't really come into it, and I've just gone, oh, I've got to have that. And then pretty much a week later, I've said to you, I didn't really need that, did I?
All right, welcome everyone to a Lego and Stickers episode with myself, Martin, and Lady Stephanie. We've got Lady Steph with us this time. Martin's got plenty of sticker albums to get through, and I'm assuming, Steph, you've got quite a bit of Lego to do, as have I.
Yeah.
So, what are you building, Steph?
So I'm going a little bit off-piste. I'm doing a Lumi Bricks. So Lumi Bricks is an alternative to Lego. And I have started building, if I get the manual.
That's quite a manual. Is that,
It's quite.
How many pieces have you got there?
It's 1,792 pieces, and it's a steampunk steamboat from Naboo.
Nice. From Naboo, yeah. From that famous scene in Star Wars.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't remember what scene in Star Wars that's in.
Well, it's kind of in the background, you know, when they're swimming down with Jar Jar to Jar Jar's people. If you zoom, it's there. If you just zoom in, it's there.
Okay. I'll throw in a little screenshot now just so everybody can see it. It's definitely there.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. See?
When did Lumi Bricks, when did they get that license to do the Star Wars stuff?
Always had it. Always had it. They just kept it in the back. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Martin, you're doing stickers. Of course.
We haven't done a Lego and stickers episode for it's got to be over 6 months, and I started in the last episode my episode 2 Attack of the Clones sticker album, so I'm just going to continue with that. Yourself?
Nice. I am building the ATTE. I put it to a vote on our Instagram recently. Which one should I build? The Coruscant Guard gunship, because you may have seen that I finally finished the Dark Falcon.
Finally.
So So I put it to a vote whether I do the Coruscant Guard gunship or the ATTE, and the ATTE came out on top. So let's crack on with that. And as we do our builds, as per usual, we'll do a little bit of chatting about Star Wars news and collecting things, bits and bobs. I guess, Martin, we start with the Maul trailer, as we haven't really discussed that between us yet.
No. Maul Shadow Lord.
Maul Shadow Lord.
Yeah, the trailer was released, what was it, about a week ago now, I think?
At the time of recording, yep.
Yeah, so what were your first impressions?
Firstly, the animation on it looks incredible. The first few scenes that they used in the trailer almost looked movie-like. They were so good. The story, I guess, is sort of quite vague at the moment, isn't it? We don't really know what it's going to be about. We don't know, is it going to be about him building Crimson Dawn or what? I don't know. What did you think?
Well, I think we can surmise that this is going to take place just after we see him in Clone Wars season 7, where he escapes from the crashing Star Destroyer that Ahsoka lands on, and then probably somewhere in between the seasons of the Bad Batch, maybe, because you see the Ralph McQuarrie stormtroopers, don't you, in the trailer?
Yeah,
that would align with the Bad Batch. So I don't think it's going to take place too much longer after season 7 of the Clone Wars. So some sort of time around Bad Batch period. But I think you nailed it on the head there. Really, this is the Maul that we're going to see prior to Solo, where he's going to be building up a crime faction of some sort. Well, we know what it's called, though. Is it Black Sun, isn't it? I think.
Is it Crimson Dawn?
Crimson Dawn. Sorry, yeah, Crimson Dawn. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so I think that's going to be what this is about. But there were some really interesting things in the trailer. And firstly, I agree with you. The animation is brilliant. It looks like a step up from the Clone Wars, and I'm so glad they kept the Clone Wars style of animation, because I think it's fair to say we weren't big fans of Rebels animation style. So it's nice that that's returned, but I think this is definitely a step up from that. But yeah, the trailer itself I thought was excellent and quite intriguing as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, didn't give too much away, did it?
No, it seems to be. It seems like we're going to get yet another Jedi that survived Order 66.
Yep.
Which is a massive theme in Disney, unfortunately. Sometimes it's worked really well, sometimes not so much. But benefit of the doubt, as I always do give these things. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one. I think possibly it might start off with that young girl's master being killed at the beginning, and Maul tries to take her under his wing. But it's interesting that she's a Twi'lek, and I don't know if you know, but the original plan George Lucas had for his version of the sequel trilogy was Darth Maul was going to be the main villain in it, and he was going to take Darth Talon as his apprentice in the sequel trilogy, or George Lucas's sequel trilogy. So I do wonder, and it'd be awesome if they've done this, if they've taken elements of what George Lucas was going to do in the sequel trilogy and sort of made it into this series. That would be very, very cool. I'd be totally up for that. So yeah.
Am I right in thinking that George Lucas wrote something like 48 scripts? I feel like I saw a video on it recently that he had 40-odd scripts, 50-odd scripts ready to go.
Yeah, there was a
series.
That's right. It was called Star Wars Underworld, and he's had 50 scripts written, and some of them were written by some majorly big writers. Ronald D. Moore was one of them, who obviously did Star Trek: The Next Generation and went on to do Battlestar Galactica, Outlander, which is on at the moment, and that show about the space program from an alternate version of history. I can't remember the name of it. It's on Apple TV Plus. But yeah, so Ronald D. Moore was involved, and George Lucas asked them to make it in the style of Deadwood. So, and I don't know if you've ever seen Deadwood, but it's one of the greatest shows of all time. It's really gritty. So this show is going to be about the Coruscant underworld. Yeah, and it was going to have Boba Fett in it, and I think the Emperor and Vader were going to have very small parts in it. But yeah, so he got them to write 50 scripts, which are all written and sitting in the archives. That's been mentioned by so many people, even Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah. He even went as far as to create, they have the volume now, the big screen that sort of goes around in a circle. Yeah. Well, he created his own early version of that technology before the volume was even a thing. So once again, pushing the envelope, George Lucas, we miss you. So yeah, these shows are sat on the shelf. So I don't know if you brought it up because you think that might be an element to it, but I would agree. I think they might have had a look at those, and because this is definitely going to be an underworld show, isn't it? I think. Yeah,
it looks like it. So the planet that they show in the trailer almost looks like that Coruscant underworld.
Yeah.
Is it the Urscrew district?
Yes, it's not Coruscant though. This planet, I'm reading the description of the show. It's a planet that's as of yet been brought under the control of the Empire. The Empire kind of have let them have a free hand on this planet. But I think obviously, as you see in the trailer, that quickly changes when they discover that perhaps a Jedi Knight's there, or even Maul himself. I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, I mean, I'm really excited. I cannot wait for this show. I know I get excited about every Star Wars show, and
yes,
I was excited when The Acolyte was coming out. So
you've been burned before.
Yeah, I've been burned before, but we'll see, because it could be quite good.
Yeah.
Apparently, as well, they've made two series of it already. They're in the can. Oh, wow. So that's good news.
Well, it may be. We'd hope it is. Steph, have you watched the trailer?
Martyn,
I'm
have I watched the
assuming you have.
trailer?
I think you were in the room when I played it.
Not as much
I'm
interest
afraid
to you.
I don't remember it. Yeah, I'm afraid I don't remember too much about it. I think because it just gave so little away, I was just like, oh, what's the point in these things sometimes? So yeah,
Yeah,
I wasn't too.
I think that's something
too
that you
gripped
get
by
a
it,
lot
let's put it
of.
that way.
Though. Yeah, there's something you get, isn't it? With a lot of trailers, they either give too much or not enough.
Yeah,
Like
I think so.
Sometimes you can watch a trailer and think, well, I don't need to go and see that now. So
Yeah. I remember Martyn saying about the anime, because I remember looking up and saying, "Hang on, this is animated. I thought it was going to be live action."
yeah,
And yeah, I just don't remember anything like really happening in the trailer. Nothing gripped me at all about it. So for me, it as a casual Star Wars fan, it's quite forgettable, which could be a problem.
I think it'd be fair to say though that you're not the biggest Darth Maul fan. I mean, if it was a show about General Grievous, I think different story maybe.
I don't know, because the whole Clone Wars sort of side to it.
True.
Because I do love the Clone Wars, and I have followed his story through that. His voice really puts me off. I don't know why. For me, it's a bit of a girly voice for such an evil person.
I have to disagree with you on that.
Yeah, I
I
was gonna
think he
say
does
that.
a
Really?
great job. Yeah,
I'm not sure we watched the same trailer, to
He
be honest with you.
He sounds like a really weak, sort of shaky voice. And I'm just like, he's meant to be this super evil man who's going to like potentially rival the Emperor. And you're just like, he's like whispering. So,
He's sinister.
yeah, and
It's a sinister voice.
he just sounds frail to me.
That's fine.
Sorry, as a
that's
casual
fine.
fan.
No, that's all right.
But yeah,
Can we kick
nothing
her off
about
now,
it particularly gripped me.
Yeah, I don't even know why she's done it. I just opened the sticker, and I've got a Count Dooku Lego sticker. How cool is that? So without knowing it, I've managed to connect us somehow.
How,
Well, I can tell you why, because when I completed the Revenge of the Sith sticker album, there was an entire 2 pages dedicated to merch that was being released for the film. So clearly, when I flick to the back page in this sticker album, there's going to be a merch page.
Oh, I see.
okay.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a bit random, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes. No. I think I'm looking forward to it. I just hope it's not one of those shows that episode of the week. I want it to be a continuous story, and I want it to be. I want it to be like hitting the its stride every week, and it moves the story on. I don't want it to be, oh, we need to go and complete this mission in order to move to the next thing.
Yeah.
Like the Bad Batch was a bit like that when it started, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I love the Bad Batch, but the first season or 2 were a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? Uniformed in the way they make shows. So, but yeah.
So
Overall,
did you say it's a film? I thought or a TV show.
TV show.
Oh, I thought it was a film. Okay, I was going to say I much prefer it to be a TV show, because I feel like the films you're not with the characters long enough to care, and they can't get enough depth into it.
Well, I think,
okay, well that's a lot better.
I think you'll like it because it's filmed in the Clone Wars style, so it will literally feel like it's the Clone Wars.
I hope so.
So and
I really liked that that idea that you were just saying about it being. Did you say the apprentice was Darth Talon?
Yes. Well, I don't think they're going to call her Darth Talon unless he's not. They've called it Maul Shadow Lord because he's no longer Darth Maul. So if he's no longer Darth Maul, I can't imagine he would christen or knight, I should say, another Sith Lord and make them Darth Talon.
True.
But there's nothing to say that in future movies that take place around the sequel trilogy era, this character turns up and could be knighted by, although the Sith are meant to be extinct now.
Yeah,
Finally,
I don't think. Yeah, I
after
don't think
several
it would
attempts, but
make sense, would it?
no, you never know though with Disney, do you? So
This is true. Yeah, this is true. Do you know much about Darth Talon in the sort of extended universe?
not a huge amount, to be honest with you. I know she's sort of not Old Republic, but she's like, I think she's like, I don't know actually. I think no is the answer to that question because I'm going to say something and it's going to be
Simple
wrong.
answer.
Yeah.
Simply no.
Here we go. It's the Lego page. I found the Lego page.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, I must have already done one. I've already got. There you go. I've got a Count Dooku double Lego for you.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, so it should be good, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And obviously, we're going to do our after shows or our review shows like we normally do. So if anyone's interested in coming on to do a review show with us, let us know, and we'll get you on to talk about, because I think they're releasing them in 2-episode blocks, aren't they? So 2 episodes a week for 5 weeks.
That's right.
So
yeah,
that'll be nice.
Start?
Oh, that's a really good question, Adam. No. It's in the notes.
Do we think Kira will feature in it, or do you think that will be like a surprise thing?
That's going to be my next question: is what characters do we think might show up?
Kira. Yeah,
Dryden Voss.
Dryden Voss has got to show up, hasn't he? They've already got the animation model for Dryden Voss, because he was in a scene in the Clone Wars, wasn't he, at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? The desert people with Warwick Davis and the girl. They had that girl.
Yeah,
leader.
no, I don't. Yeah, they were like the precursor to the Rebel Alliance, weren't they? They were kind of like a rebel cell or something like that.
Do you not think they'll feature perhaps at the start, or
no? I don't.
Starts on that planet, or no?
I think the first season is going to be about establishing where they are and who the main characters are, and then maybe in the second and third episode it will become a larger scale thing. Perhaps.
I was wondering, does he start on that planet? Oh no, where is it in terms of Kira and
in the timeline?
like in the time? Yeah.
Well, Solo is 10 years before A New Hope. So this will be like, I'd say 3 years after, 2 years maybe after the Clone Wars. So there's probably 8 years, roughly speaking, between Solo and this. So if they're going to fill in the timeline in this show, it could last for 8 years, but I don't think they'll do that, because that's a long time, and this they tend to only make animated shows for 3 or 4 seasons now, don't they? So
yeah. So I'm still confused. So it's before Solo?
Yes, it's before Solo.
Oh, okay. Then no, you're not going to see that faction then on the desert planet.
No,
I don't think.
Just slightly before, though, isn't it? It's not far out from it, is it?
It's about 8 years before Solo.
Is it? Okay.
But there's definitely a good chance of seeing, not in the first season, I don't think, but seeing Dryden Voss and Kira is. I think that's a shoo-in, to be quite honest with you. Towards the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he's establishing the I'm going to say Black Sun again, but it's not called the Black Sun, is it?
Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn.
Dear me. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he's just out to get Sidious is really his goal, isn't it? At
this point, yeah. I mean, he's obviously always after Kenobi as well. So it's difficult to say.
Yeah.
It's difficult to say. I think this might be a bit of a reset for the character, maybe, because this is a 8-year period where we don't know much about what's happening to him. He's clearly trying to turn this young Twi'lek girl to the dark side, or at least train her in the ways of the dark side. But then in the trailer you see some Mandalorians from his faction of Mandalorians in the Clone Wars.
Death Watch? Is it Death Watch?
Yeah, Death. Well, his version of Death Watch,
essentially.
Yeah. So we'll probably get some. We'll definitely get some carryover from the Clone Wars, I reckon, as well. So I think it's going to be good. I can't wait. So that means it's probably going to be terrible.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Cool. So let's get on to a bit of collecting talk then, Martyn. We've had the first Hasbro announcement. We've discussed that, talked about that. What are you hoping for this year for the TVC, for the vintage collection?
Personally, and this will become as no revelation to you, but do you remember the Jedi Council packs you could get, where you got three Jedi in their seats? So I've always been someone who's wanted to have the Jedi Council, and I'm fairly sure we're going to get most of the Jedi Council now that we're doing the Geonosis. What would you call it?
Geonosis.
Battle of Geonosis theme for this year and next. So I'm fairly sure we're getting most of those. So there's quite a lot of the Jedi Council members that I would really, really like to see. And most of them were in the Battle of Geonosis, so that's going to be awesome if we get those.
Do you know who we're missing off the top of your head?
Oh, God. Ki Adi-Mundi. We'll probably want a new Kit Fisto, a new Mace Windu, Yoda. Unbelievably, we haven't got a prequels Yoda. We've probably got enough Anakins now, to be honest with you. We've just had Shakti, obviously. Barriss Offee. I know we've had her twice now, but we could do an updated version of her. We could do Lumnara Unduli. So there's plenty there. There's the Jedi, obviously, that if we'd have done all of the tiers on the HasLab, we would have got those.
Know, chances are you'll get those.
Exactly.
Who was that? Was it Coleman Treebor? Was he on?
Coleman Treebor and I can't remember. Stacey Teen. Yeah, well remembered. So we're bound to get them at some point. But then, of course, the thing with the Geonosis, it means we're going to be bombarded with different clones, I should imagine. And we're also going to get the Geonosians.
Yeah, there isn't any Geonosians, is there? Or am I wrong about that?
The Geonosians are out at the moment.
On the vintage collection line.
No, there aren't. But they did that little hint at the end of the last live stream, didn't they, where they showed a Geonosian blaster.
Right,
So I'm fairly sure we're getting a 4-pack of those at some point. And then, of course, we've got what was it, the king, I forget his name off the top of my head as well. Oh my god, I'm actually reading an Attack of the Clones album now. I should probably just have a quick flick over. I can't remember. Damn it, I can't remember. Anyway, but we've also got the Banking Clan. We've got all the Separatist leaders that we could get. We've got the Super Battle Droids. We haven't had them yet.
You want a Wat Tambor, don't you?
Yeah, Wat Tambor would be cool. The Banking Clan guy. We have had a Battle Droid, I beg your pardon, but we'll probably get an updated one, knowing Hasbro. We'll probably get a Nute Gunray, possibly. That would be quite cool. We haven't had a Nute Gunray.
Yeah, no Nute.
I'm completely cheating here by going through the Geonosis section of my sticker album. We've obviously had Dooku now, which would be great. Is great, I should say. But the thing that interests me most about Attack of the Clones is all the awesome vehicles that you got during the Battle of Geonosis, and unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get any of those because they just don't make vehicles unless they're HasLabs really anymore, unless they're smaller vehicles, I suppose. But there's a possibility we could get the Geonosian arena creatures, the Nexu.
What do you think?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, there's the Nexu, the Reek, and the Acklay off the top of my head.
That's right. Yeah.
So they could bring those out separately or some sort of 3-pack, because they're not massive and they wouldn't, they've made them all before, so they could use those molds and just update them slightly. Because I'm thinking, people are going to want to, stage that scene with their action figures. People that actually open their figures.
Yeah. I mean, well, if they're really serious about doing the Battle of Geonosis, they I think they have to, don't they? They need to do the big things like that.
Yeah. No, I'd love to see that. But then you have all of the other awesome vehicles. You got the all the different separatist battle, tanks and all that sort of stuff. And then you got the they're never going to release this, I know, but the gunship that drops down the ATTE. The ATTE, I mean, how much would we love an ATTE? But they're just not going to make that, are they? Because let's be honest, if that ever got made, it would be a HasLab. It wouldn't just be a general release. So I don't know. There's plenty of things for Hasbro to make, but I do have a slight fear that it's going to be a huge amount of clones, battle droids, Geonosians, just to sort of fill in those spaces. But in terms of other things that away from the Battle of Geonosis, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, just laying it on me like that I'm actually like, oh, I hope they do that, because there's been so much, isn't there, recently, that it's getting a bit difficult to keep up with it all. So I think we'd both say overall they've done quite a good job, haven't they, recently, with their releases over the last 12 months. Overall,
last year wasn't so bad, was it?
Yeah, I think they've had a good year. So we shall see.
Is there any sort of specific item that you're going to be on the lookout for this year?
Away from TVC?
Away from TVC, yeah. Is there anything you're collecting this year that you're looking out for? Or
no, Adam, I don't know.
What are you collecting now?
I'm actually thinking of cutting back a little bit, to be honest with you, mate. It's so unfair on other people. When you collect stuff, that I was thinking it shouldn't be like that, really, in this world that we live in. So no. What about you, anyway?
Steph, what are you collecting at the moment? I'll get to me in a minute.
I'm collecting a few things. I'm finishing up my Roger Rabbit collection. I've just got one more thing to come, and that's coming here. I've got my Monster High stuff, the Skelectors that I collect, so like the Wednesdays and the Beetlejuices and all that stuff. I do have some droids here. I have the one that Martyn hates.
We were just talking about that, actually.
We were before we started. Yeah.
And then I have some Grievuses that I have as well.
Don't show Adam; he'll get jealous.
Okay, well, Martyn got me this one for Christmas.
Oh yeah, nice.
The General Grievous, Demise of Grievous, the Saga collection.
I picked that one up in our car boot challenge a couple of years ago, didn't I?
You did, didn't you sell it?
I didn't. I sold it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It was one that I was so tempted to keep, but as per the rules of the car boot challenge, I couldn't.
Yeah.
So. You should have kept it, because it wouldn't have made a difference.
Shit.
No, it wouldn't. It didn't make me any money.
Burn.
Well, it didn't make me anything. So wasn't
Should have
great.
let me know, and I would have helped you, Adam.
Yeah. Hindsight. Yeah, nice.
And then of course the old Lego and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't not collect Lego, can you? It's awesome.
No, not really.
So good.
What about you, Adam?
Well, I've got a few more R2s to collect, of course. We saw that in my my room tour that I did a little while ago. I think I'm up to 38 since then, Martyn.
Wow.
So, Yeah, I added a couple more recently, but there's still. I don't even think I'm halfway there with R2.
That's
There's
crazy.
so many. There's so many to collect.
That'll be quite the achievement, though, won't it? Once you've got to that stage. Do you think honestly that you'll make that?
No.
Really?
No.
What?
Well, purely because I'd need a pop-up lightsaber R2 as well, wouldn't I?
Well, carded. Okay, we'll take vintage out then. Take vintage.
Take vintage and carded. Vintage out. Vintage and loose aside.
Yeah.
Then possibly, yeah. Yeah, because I think the most expensive one's got to be the TVC sail barge R2, which isn't
Oh, really?
that expensive in the grand scheme of things.
No, it's doable at some stage, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the way TVC prices are going at the moment, they're dropping like a lead weight. I should think that you'll probably get a deal in the next year or so if you search one out.
Yeah. Well, I've already seen it go for less than 50 quid. I just at the time didn't pull the trigger on eBay.
That's good.
Yeah, it's doable. And I think, didn't you say the Revenge variant is one of the cheaper ones, which is the one that I want?
Yeah, the Revenge.
Is that right?
I think I've got Return and Revenge, but the Revenge with the offer paperwork seems to be easier to get hold of than the Return with the paperwork inside. So I think you might. I mean, let's be honest. If you came across one where the card wasn't perfect, but it was, acceptable.
Yeah,
it wasn't
I would.
Smashed up, and you could get it for like 30 or 40 quid. It'd probably be worth putting the trigger on it, wouldn't it?
I'd be happy with that.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, but it's like you say, not that we've said it before. We don't collect to make money off of it, but you don't really want to see when you can see that the prices are going down on the vintage collection. You keep holding off. I feel, that's how I feel about it. I don't.
When you're buying, definitely.
Yeah. I'm always waiting because I always feel like the prices are going to drop.
Yeah.
So
I think they will start to go back up. I don't think they'll ever go up to sort of pandemic prices, because that was when everyone had sort of disposable cash and they were just spending their government money on action figures.
Yeah.
But I think they'll go up slightly again. When something happens, I think at the moment Star Wars, away from collecting, is in the doldrums a little bit. It's not dead by any stretch of the imagination, but it's in the doldrums because we haven't had any offerings of recent times that are amazing. And I think when that happens, there's a drop in anything, not just Star Wars, I suppose, in terms of interest. So, perhaps those new collectors that would have come in and realised that the vintage collection were there aren't prepared. There aren't as many of them at the moment. So, all these new people that are going to buy stuff aren't there at the moment. But if they start releasing stuff again that gets people excited about Star Wars, it'll probably improve the market a little bit. But as you say, it's not about how much it's worth; it's how much it is to buy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you guys ever gotten overwhelmed by the collecting? Have you ever just looked at what you're collecting and gone, oh my God, there's just so many to get? Like, I just don't know if I can do this. Because I've gotten a bit overwhelmed before with like the Monster High stuff, because there's just so many out there. So have you guys ever felt like, oh God, I don't know if I can continue?
Adam?
Yes. I wouldn't say I'd ever thought, I don't think I can continue. I think it's just, it makes the sort of journey a little bit more exciting, because it takes that little bit longer to do it, doesn't it? So I wouldn't say it was sort of overwhelming in that sense.
So it gives you sort of like a long-term project sort of thing, so you're actually quite like okay with that. Yeah nice.
I'm okay with that.
Martyn?
There is so much to get, though. You're right. There's, you can
get
you
lost
can
in
be
it a
doing
bit.
it for a long time. Yeah.
I think the advantage I have when it comes to that is I'm quite strict about what I collect, and I only collect one line. So because I've pretty much collected the line consistently for over 10 years, just as this line was sort of in its infancy, it's been easier for me because I've picked most stuff up as it comes out. So I never get overwhelmed. If I was to start, say, now, and I said to myself, right, I want to start collecting the vintage collection, I'd look at the 380 odd single carded figures and all of the special action figure sets and the exclusives and all that, and you probably wouldn't be, that would be like, no, I can't do it, because I'm a completionist. So that would definitely overwhelm me. But I think in I've been lucky enough to be able to collect it from the beginning, so it's been easy for me. Now that's why I'm also very strict on myself, as you well know, about going into different lines of things, because that is dangerous, I think, because then you're constantly on. It's nice to have the hunt, that's why I have things like the sticker albums and the odd, the Gendy Tartakovsky characters in all their different
smaller
forms.
line, and
it's a smaller sort of range of action figures. So I use those as my things I try and find when we go to toy shows and toy fairs and toy shops, which is fine. But I'll never ever start a whole new line, because I wouldn't know where to start, and you just wouldn't be able to do it. And I think most importantly, and I'm sure Adam will agree with me, but I know you will as well, Steph, because you've been collecting for about a year now and you've already run out of room.
Yeah.
There's just not enough room for it. And one of my biggest mottos is, if I can't display it, what's the point in buying it? And so I
don't understand that, because you've got to buy it to be a completionist, even if you don't have the space. And also, does that not mean that you can just change your displays and your room, and it keeps it fresh? Like every 6 months you can have another mess around with the room. And yes, you know what I'm talking about, Martyn, with that smile.
But the thing is, I move my room around at least 3 times a year. So I always do, well, probably more than 3 times a year. So I always do move stuff around. But I just can't see the point in collecting something and having boxes and boxes of stuff in the garage. Because as you well know, I had boxes of stuff in there for years, and I sold it all because I wasn't going to ever display it. So, that would be my argument back. Not that I'm arguing or anything, I would never argue.
Hang on, what's the argument back? Sorry, what? Say again?
Well, what's the point in having boxes and boxes of stuff out in the garage?
So that, because then you can bring them back out. So in like 3 or 6 months' time, you can then put them out, and then they see the light of day for a while, and then so it keeps everything fresh, and it's like your backup display, if you will.
Yeah, mine's a rolling display due to space.
Exactly.
You're not helping, Adam.
I'm not trying to help.
I mean, obviously, yes, in an ideal world, we would have everything out because you want to see everything. But you've got to be realistic. So you have it as like a sort of a backup thing, and then you have fresh stuff out.
Stop trying to kill my dream.
So what about the like temptations then of collecting the 30th anniversary line, for instance, or anything like that?
Well, look, the way I look at the 30th anniversary line is the same as you. I think there's certain ones that I really, really like. And unlike, the reason I collect the vintage collection is because I love the card backs, not necessarily the figures. But the funny thing about the 30th anniversary collection is they do a lot of figures that I really, really like that they don't do in the vintage collection. So it's the opposite way around for the 30th anniversary line. So in a way, we've done it before. We've gone like Sandown. I remember we went there and we basically picked up odd 30th anniversary card because we really liked that character or that figure, or as I mentioned before, it was a Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars character.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, I mean,
because you've got all of the 30th Genndy ones now.
Yeah.
And I've got all of the concept ones. I have to say, there was another pickup recently, or another gift, which was the, I don't know if you knew about this, the Star Wars Celebration R2 and C-3PO concept. So you might not be able to see, I've got the carded one, my first one that I picked up, but up there I've got the one in the protective case, which is from the Star Wars Celebration. That's the special.
Oh, so is it a different card, is it?
It's the same card, but it's got a poster. I think it's a poster in with it.
Oh, cool.
From the event. So big thanks to Ray from the Outer Rim for that one. That's from the Outer Rim on Instagram.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't do that in the pickups video.
No, it's because it was on display, and I was like, "Oh, I forgot to take it down." So it's in there, but no, not lazy, just forgot.
Yeah. So all of them got a version like that as well.
No, I think it's just that one. I'm hoping it's just that one. So I don't think I can afford to get
you would
anymore.
forego potential figures that you like because it's not the right line and you don't want to go down that road?
Well, personally, no, because I as I said, I collect the vintage collection because of the image on the card and the design of the card back more than the figure. So actually, that doesn't really bother me.
So if you found something else that was like, oh, that looks awesome, like as in the artwork and such, you would stop yourself and go, nah, because I don't collect that.
If it was a one-off thing, like the Chandrilla line droids, for example.
Yeah, there's only 2 of them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I pick those up.
So if there's a whole line,
I don't think so. Because the thing I love about the vintage collection is the nostalgia feel that I have from them from growing up as a kid.
Right.
Well, you've got the Droid Factory droids, haven't you? You've got a fair few of the Astromechs. Yeah. How do you feel about? Would you potentially want to collect all of those? Is that
okay? If someone rang me up and said, "Martyn, I've got every single Droid Factory droid on a card back in mint condition and I only want 40 quid for them all," then I would be, yep, I'll take those. But you know how much you know more than I do how much some of those are, and while I like them, I don't like them that much. I'm not willing to spend £100 on a Droid Factory figure on card. Whereas if there was a TVC figure that was from TVC 1.0 and it was unpunched and it was mint condition, like say it was an R2, Jabba's Palace R2D2 or Jabba's Sail Barge R2D2, and it was unpunched, mint condition, and someone said, "Do you want that for £100?" and I would think about that more than I would about buying a Droid Factory. Does that make sense? Because that's my passion, is the vintage collection. So yeah.
Okay, so you can appreciate from afar.
Yeah. I'm not. There has been times where we've been to a toy show, and I'll fully admit it. And obviously, you've been there, Steph, where reason hasn't really come into it, and I've just gone, "Oh, I've got to have that." And then, pretty much a week later, I've said to you, "I didn't really need that, did I?" It doesn't happen very often, to be fair.
No, but
sometimes, especially when we go to Celebration, Star Wars Celebration, stuff like that, that's when it tends to happen, because I think I'm on such a, I'm somewhere where my people are,
Yeah.
They're all my people.
You get swept up in it.
You get swept up in it because of the emotion of and being on. I really hope one day Adam can come to a Celebration, because honestly, there's nothing like it. You think toy fairs are fantastic. We both love the toy fairs that we go to. Echo is just amazing, but it's celebrations like a level higher than Echo could ever be.
There's a buzz about it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Everyone's excited and
Yeah. Nice. Cool. Well, I don't know about you, but I've just finished that bag.
Should we call it?
How much have you got left to do? Yeah, I'm happy to. Yeah.
Yep. I'll keep you on to the next one.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I do have to say though,
get a bit done.
I've got the whole back end done.
I say I'm starting to recognise that from the Naboo scene now.
There, yeah, see, and this is how it paddles through the Naboo waters with the gears.
Oh yeah.
So you see, yeah.
I have to say, my doubles this episode have been quite significant.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So anybody needs any Attack of the Clones stickers, give me a shout.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks everyone for watching and listening to what we were going on about there regarding collecting and Maul and everything. Let us know in the comments what you're excited for this year. Like and subscribe. We'll catch you next time. We'll see you later.